Babe, Mom just called. She's feeling lonely after Dad's anniversary. Asked me to stay over tonight, so don't wait up. Those words came out of Bella's mouth so casually, like she was telling me about the weather. She was standing by our bedroom door, zipping up her overnight bag, humming some song I didn't recognize. I'm Cedrick Winscosin, and I'm about to become the kind of man I swore I'd never be, the fool who trusted too much. I looked up from my laptop, watching her movements. Something felt wrong. Maybe it was the black lace I'd glimpsed in her bag, or the way she avoided my eyes, or the expensive perfume she only wore for special occasions. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, a notification from the security system. Motion detected at Storage Unit 247 at 11:47 p.m. last night. The unit I didn't remember renting. My grandmother's voice echoed in my head, her last warning before she died. She smiles too much when she lies, Ceddy. I'd ignored it, loved Bella anyway, married her anyway. Actually, I said, keeping my voice steady, before you go, your mom asked me to confirm something. I reached for my phone and dialed Maribel, putting it on speaker. Bella's hand froze on the doorknob. Before I continue, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting stories. Let's continue. Hello? Maribel's cheerful voice filled our bedroom through the speaker. Hi, Maribel. Quick question. What time should Bella arrive tonight? Silence. Then confusion in her tone. Tonight? Cedrick, I'm at my book club until 10, then staying at my sister's in Denver for 3 days. I won't be home until Friday. The overnight bag hit the floor. That sound, I'll never forget it. Like a gunshot in the silence. Oh, my mistake, I said calmly. Bella must have gotten confused. Thanks, Maribel. I ended the call. The silence between us could suffocate. I watched Bella's face drain of color, watched her lips move without sound. Her phone lit up on the dresser, a text message glowing like an accusation. Nathan, room 412 ready. Can't wait to see you, followed by a devil emoji. Nathan, my best friend since college, my business partner, the man who'd been my best man at our wedding, who'd toasted to brotherhood that lasts forever. My father died when I was 12, not from cancer like everyone thought, from poison. My mother's lover killed him slowly, methodically. I found the love letters after the funeral. Once he's gone, we'll finally be free. I looked at my wife and said one word, Nathan. Sit down, I told her. Bella reached for me with trembling hands. Baby, this isn't, I can explain. Explain? The laugh that came out of me was hollow. Explain how my best friend has been sleeping with my wife, the man who stood beside me at our wedding? I grabbed my tablet from the nightstand, started swiping. Photos flooded the screen. Bella and Nathan entering hotels across the city, kissing in parking garages, her hand on his chest at restaurants I'd never been to. Timestamps on each one, dates, locations, evidence. 6 months ago, Nathan started acting strange during meetings, couldn't look me in the eye. Then you started working late. Yoga classes that ended at midnight. I looked up at her. There's no yoga studio open at midnight, Bella. My grandmother raised me after my mother's trial. Dorothy taught me one lesson that shaped everything. Trust broken is trust dead, Ceddy. Never give betrayers a second chance. She'd worked as a seamstress her whole life, saved every dollar in a shoebox under her bed, and left it all to me. She'd whispered at Bella's first family dinner, "That girl smiles too much when she lies." I should have listened. I pressed play on a video file. The timestamp read 3 weeks ago. Storage Unit 247 appeared on screen, but it wasn't a storage unit anymore. Someone had converted it into a secret apartment. A bed with silk sheets, wine bottles, roses in a vase, and there was my wife, unbuttoning her blouse while Nathan poured champagne. "When will you leave him?" Nathan's voice came through the speakers. Bella laughed, actually laughed. "Cedrick? He's so obsessed with his buildings, he barely notices I exist. The man works 80 hours a week. I need someone who actually sees me, Nathan." "Does he suspect anything?" "Please, Cedrick trusts everyone. It's his biggest weakness. He still thinks you're his brother. It's almost sad how naive he is." They kissed, and Nathan added, His grandma's inheritance money sure made our Bahamas trip nice, didn't it? Present-day Bella collapsed to her knees on our bedroom carpet. Cedrick, no, I was just saying things to make him feel. I opened another folder on my tablet, this one labeled Financial Fraud in red letters. But wait, I said quietly. There's more you don't know I know. Last year my grandmother died. She left me $340,000. Money she saved working 60 years as a seamstress, sleeping in a cold apartment, eating day-old bread. My voice cracked. You cried at her funeral, held my hand, told me she was like a mother to you. I opened the bank statements, every suspicious transaction highlighted in yellow marker. 15,000, Bahamas vacation for two. I never went to the Bahamas. 8,000, couples spa weekend. I was in Seattle that weekend for the Morrison project. 22,000, furniture for storage unit 247. 45,000, transferred to Nathan's investment account. My hands shook holding the papers. You stole from a dead woman who loved you, who gave you her recipe book because she thought you were family, who told me at our wedding, "Take care of this one, Ceddy, she's special." Bella sobbed, mascara running down her cheeks in black rivers. I'll pay it back, every single cent, I swear on my life. You can't pay back what you're about to lose. I stood up, walked to the window. Your mother's on her way. I called her the moment I saw that text from Nathan. Tires screeched outside. The front door slammed open. Maribel burst into our bedroom, still wearing her book club dress, hair wild, eyes searching for answers. What the hell is happening? Cedrick called me, said emergency. I drove 90 miles an hour. She saw Bella on the floor, makeup destroyed, and me standing with evidence scattered across our bed like accusations. Mom! Bella reached out with desperate hands. Maribel grabbed my tablet, scrolled through the photos, and her face transformed from confusion to disgust in seconds. The slap echoed through the bedroom. Bella's head snapped sideways, and Maribel screamed, "You stupid, selfish girl, do you have any idea what you've destroyed?" Maribel's own marriage had been a nightmare. 25 years with Richard, Bella's father, a serial cheater who died with his mistress, leaving Maribel with debt and humiliation. At our wedding, Maribel had pulled Bella aside and whispered loud enough for me to hear, "Don't become me. Don't throw away a good man." Maribel turned to me, tears in her eyes. I taught her better than this. I showed her what cheating destroys. She watched her father ruin me for decades. I pulled out my phone. Nathan's on his way to the Grandview Hotel right now, room 412. He thinks Bella's meeting him there. Room 412 at the Grandview Hotel. I stood outside the door for a moment, steadying my breathing. Inside, Nathan was probably checking his watch, wondering why Bella was late. I knocked. The door opened. Nathan's smile died the second he saw my face. "Bro, what are you doing here?" "Bella couldn't make it. She's at home explaining to her mother why she's a thief and a whore. Thought I'd come instead. You know, brother to brother." Nathan backed into the room. Rose petals on the bed, champagne on ice. "Look, man, whatever she told you." "She didn't tell me anything. This did." I held up my tablet, pressed play on the storage unit footage. We'd met in college, both studying architecture. But I was always better. Better grades, better designs, better connections. Our firm's name was Winscosin and Zurich Architecture. My name first. Clients asked for me, awards went to me. Nathan was always the partner, never the star. Now I understood. This wasn't about love. This was about finally beating me at something. His hands shook. "It wasn't. We didn't mean." My fist connected with his jaw. Hotel security rushed in, but I calmly handed them a folder. Sexual harassment complaints, 3 employees, all documented. 1 week later, Nathan's world was ash. The harassment complaints went public. His wife filed for divorce. I'd made sure she found out about everything. Clients pulled contracts. His professional reputation destroyed. Bella received divorce papers and an eviction notice. The house was only in my name, always had been. She appeared at my new apartment downtown, eyes swollen like she'd been crying for days. "Please, I have nowhere to go. I've lost everything." I stood in the doorway, unmoved. You lost everything the moment you chose Nathan over our marriage. I made a mistake. People make mistakes. Then she said it, the words that broke something fundamental in me. I was pregnant 2 months ago. I got rid of it because I didn't know who the father was, yours or Nathan's. The world stopped spinning. My grandmother had always wanted great-grandchildren, had talked about it constantly before the stroke took her. I want to see Ceddy's babies before I go, she'd whispered in the hospital. You were... I couldn't finish the sentence. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. My voice came out as a whisper. Get out, never contact me again. Bella fell to her knees on my doorstep, grabbing my ankles like a drowning person grabbing driftwood. I'll sign a post-nuptial agreement, give you full control. I'll go to therapy, cut off everyone, quit my job, anything. Neighbors opened doors, started watching the spectacle. I'll tell everyone it was my fault. I'll protect your reputation, your business. Please, Cedrick, please. During those 6 months of collecting evidence, I'd changed. Started therapy, joined a gym, reconnected with friends Bella had slowly isolated me from. My therapist said, you can't control betrayal, but you can control your response. I'd chosen myself. You don't love me, I said, crouching to her eye level. You love what I provided, stability, money, status. You loved being Mrs. Winscosin more than you ever loved Cedrick. I stood. My grandmother told me something before she died. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. You've shown me exactly who you are. Sarah? A gentle voice called from inside. A woman appeared. Kind eyes, natural beauty, a schoolteacher who didn't know about my money, who liked my terrible jokes. Bella's face contorted. You've already moved on? Life moves on. You should too. I closed the door. Nathan sat in his empty apartment. Veronica had taken everything in the divorce. His phone rang. Unknown number. Nathan Zurich? You're being sued by Cedrick Winscosin for breach of partnership contract, embezzlement, and defamation. Court date is... He threw his phone across the room, but it didn't stop the knock at his door. Veronica stood there with their 2 children, Emma, 7, and Jackson, 10. Daddy? Emma looked confused. Why doesn't Mommy want us living with you anymore? Nathan's eyes filled with tears he'd been holding back for weeks. It's complicated, sweetheart. Veronica's voice cut like ice. No, Nathan. Tell her the truth. Tell her you threw away your family for a married woman. Tell her why Uncle Cedrick won't talk to us anymore. The children stared at their father, waiting for an answer that would make sense. He had nothing, no explanation that wouldn't destroy their image of him forever. Jackson, the older one, spoke quietly. I heard Mommy tell Grandma you're a bad person now. Are you, Daddy? Nathan looked at his son and saw judgment in those young eyes. The same judgment he'd see in mirrors for the rest of his life. 6 months later, divorce court. Bella's lawyer argued for alimony, claiming she'd sacrificed her career for the marriage. My lawyer presented everything: a fair timeline, stolen money, storage unit lease in her name, text messages planning every lie. Judge Rivera, stern and unimpressed, read through the documents with increasing disgust. Mrs. Winscosin, you embezzled $90,000 from your husband's inheritance, conducted a year-long affair with his business partner, and lied repeatedly under oath today. She looked up. You want alimony? Bella's voice shook. Your Honor, I made mistakes, but I gave him 7 years. You gave him betrayal. Denied. Next case. Bella's lawyer tried objecting, but Judge Rivera cut him off. Unless your client wants me to refer this for criminal fraud charges, I suggest you accept the ruling. Outside the courthouse, Bella sat on the concrete steps, completely defeated. Everything gone. Career damaged, reputation destroyed, no money, no home. I walked past with Sarah hand in hand. I didn't look back. Couldn't look back. Bella's phone rang. Nathan's name flashed on the screen. She answered, Don't ever call me again. She blocked his number. For the first time in a year, she was completely alone. 1 year later, Bella worked as a receptionist, living in a studio apartment, still paying back the stolen money in monthly installments. She was at a coffee shop when she saw me walk in, with Sarah and a baby carrier. Her heart stopped. I saw her, nodded politely, ordered coffee. She couldn't help herself. Cedrick, can we talk? Just 1 minute? I glanced at Sarah, who nodded gently. 2 minutes. We sat. Bella stared at the baby. Boy or girl? Girl. Dorothy, after my grandmother. Tears streamed down Bella's face. The life I wanted. I destroyed it with my own hands. My voice was gentle but final. You destroyed it because you thought you deserved more than what you had. You didn't value loyalty until it was gone. Do you ever think about what we— No, I stood. I don't. That chapter ended the day you lied about staying at your mother's. I'm happy now, Bella. I hope you find that too. I walked back to Sarah, kissed her forehead, took the baby carrier. We left. Bella sat alone with her coffee, watching the family she could have had disappear into the crowd. Her phone buzzed. A text from Maribel. Your sister Victoria is engaged. To a man who looks a lot like Cedrick. Maybe there's still time to learn what loyalty means.